Prated Thai. What do you think of when you hear that name? You might have thought of the backpackers, party culture and cheap prices. But what if I told you there was a side no one ever taught you about? A side many tourists miss, and a side I'm willing to share with you if you stay for the ride. Would you give me a couple of moments to share that side? Now, I love Thailand, and if there's one thing I've learned about Thailand, it's the saddening fact that I can speak pretty broken Thai. And the people will be shocked a Farang even bothered to learn about their culture. That's wrong. So in an effort to change people's view on Thailand just being a fun place to get effed up, or even in an adventurer's book, a boring backpacker location full of drunks, Iris and I embarked on a huge journey to the tip of the southern regions that are currently in a no-travel state, to share a very uncovered side of Thai history. So what do you say? Come along with us on a journey all the way to the very tippy-tip of the south to learn about the Thailand they never taught you about.
What stands behind me is Anusawari Heng Chaitana. In English, that means Victory Monument, and it was erected to commemorate the Thai victory against the French. In 1940 to 1941, there was a war with France, where Thailand would reclaim some territories that the French started to take in about 1893. They took Laos from Thailand, and then in about 1907, they took Battambang and Siam Reap. Now, the Thai-Franco War was fought to regain some of these territories, and is arguably one of the biggest reasons that Thailand joined the Japanese alliance in World War II. So, off we go on our journey. I've got to go get a train to our first stop, which was one of the points that the Japanese invaded Thailand first, shortly after this happened. You'll find out why in a minute. But first, let's go get this train. There she is. What goodies did you get us?
Protein shakes, which were the same ones from the other shop.
Oh no.
I know. Granola and water. Yeah, your wallet is like...
Alright, let's go. We gotta go. We got 10 minutes.
I was literally going to ask if you wanted a window, but you answered. Anything from the trolley, dear? We'll take the lot.
What's that from?
If we don't get haters.
Where's it from? I don't know.
It's from Harry Potter.
Here we are. Prachua Kirikan place. One of the first places where the Japanese invaded. We're going to go find a hotel, and then we're going to go on to that spot where the Japanese first invaded at the beach.
Only aircon.
Only aircon.
Only air conditioning.
Ah, okay. How much?
550 baht.
สวยมากที่นี่ไหม
สวยมาก
สวยมากใช่
ขอบคุณค่ะที่สวยมาก
ที่นี่สวยมากประจวบคีรีขันธ์สวยมาก ผมไม่เคยไปที่นี่มาก่อน
โอ้ไม่เคยมา
ไม่เคยมาผมยังเรียนภาษาไทยแต่ผมชอบเลยผมอยากเรียนเกี่ยวกับประวัติศาสตร์ที่นี่ประเทศญี่ปุ่นสงครามกับประเทศไทยไหมใช่ใช่
ได้ไหม
เก่งมาก
สวยมาก
Just come from the hotel and look what we found right here, a little statue to maybe what looks like a Thai soldier stabbing some of that air. Now I can read Thai a little bit, but I cannot read this, so I don't think I'm going to get very far with this. But we're heading down to the beach now to go check it out, because I want to show you what the beach is like, and then we're going to head on to the Royal Air Base, where it's one of the first places, like I said, Japan invaded. And interestingly as well, that I didn't know until the other day, was the British were getting a little bit scared during World War II. So the British tried to use Myanmar, the troops from Myanmar, to invade on the east, or the west. Never eat shredded wheat. West! On the west of Thailand. And the Royal Thai Police managed to hold them off until, well, you'll find out after we've seen this beach.
1, 2, 3, go!
Oh. Keng Reng! Wow! What's this place? Wing 5 headquarters. So this is the new Royal Air Force Base. The old Royal Air Force Base is where they invaded. Which is what we're trying to get to now. But check it out, let's go up here and have a look. Whoa! Look at that. Wow. It's the Thai Air Base. Incredible.
Now I'm going to have to fill in some of the details here for context. At 11 PM on the 7th of December, the Japanese gave the Thai government an ultimatum. Allow the Japanese military to enter and pass through Thailand or face invasion. The Thais were given only 2 hours to respond, and with no reply from the leader, Peben Songkram, the Japanese pressed forward. Inside this base, Wing 5, lies a beach called Almanau, which was one of the 8 locations Japanese forces invaded across Thailand, and was funnily enough the last place to fall in the invasion. With over 33 hours of fierce combat from the airmen and Thai police holding back the Japanese, finally ceased firing, only due to an order from above. A total of over 300 were recorded dead from both sides, and I got speaking to a lady about the history. She said she knew a place where all the bodies were buried.
Yeah, they start from there. That this side, a lot, the body dead from Japanese, they put in there.
Lots of dead bodies down here.
No, under earth, that side.
Under the earth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot. They
And-
don't tell the number.
And they fight from here?
They fight around there, to around there, to the beach on there and around there. Don't go deep. Not go deep because we see so many times like that. Not kidding, Lasa?
Spider,
No.
snake.
Snake.
Oh, snake here.
They eat like monkey or human.
Down here, she said they've buried tons and tons of Japanese bodies. It's where they buried them, down here in this swamp. And it looks like there's some kind of monument over there to go see it. Oh, that is pure swamp, man. There's a bit over here I really want to see. I was wondering if that was going to be quicksand or something. And I was going to get sucked up. Yeah, I'm coming back. Is it one of those classic things where they try and scare away the ghosts in Thailand, or
Where is he going? He's going to speak to that person over there, isn't he?
I don't know what it is, but it definitely looks like a shrine.
Is it worth it?
If anyone knows what that says, please put it in the comments down below. Whatever that says. I can read a little bit of Thai, but when it's different font. Oh, it's game over. Wow, this place is really swampy, man.
Yes, he's coming back. I don't have to go through this mud. Amen. All the women are happy for me.
Now I'm going to have to butt in here to explain a little of the history for context. Remember when I mentioned the British invasion? Well, with the invasion of Thailand and Malaysia from Japanese forces underway, the British constructed an invasion of their own in the southern regions of Thailand called Operation Crocodile. This would use Punjab troops from Burma to advance to a place the British commanders called the Ledge, just outside a small town called Batong. One of the most incredible displays of bravery from Thai police happened here, holding off the invasion for 5 hours with no armed forces aiding them. Once the British had broken through, the idea was to blow it up, the ledge that is, so that the Japanese couldn't pass through to Burma, but it failed. By the first day of this operation, Japan had already taken Thailand, and an agreement for Thailand to join the Japanese war efforts was signed. Now we're going to Batong next to try and find the ledge. But on the way, we'd find something really interesting that I want to explain now. Why? Well, remember Peben, the guy who won the Thai-Franco War I spoke about at the start? I believe he was a key factor to causing tensions among ethnic minorities, which eventually caused a small communist Cold War in Thailand, and today still manifests itself in something shocking we'll learn about later. So what did he do? Well, before 1939, Thailand wasn't known as Thailand, it was called Siam. Peben Songkram, the leader at the time, made this change in an effort to nationalise the country and to try to reduce the power that the Chinese people had been gaining in Siam. Along with it, he encouraged people to buy Thai goods only, altered traditional dress to be more Western, told people to eat with a spoon and fork instead of their hands, and created a new national anthem that Thai people have stood for every day from 1939 onwards at 8 AM and 6 PM. we'd see this very tradition unravel in front of us in Hatyai, where we had to get a connecting train to Betong, the southern regions where things are still heating up, which I'll explain after.
So, after 13, 14 hours of riding on this train, a local train in third class, we've made it to Hatyai. Why are we in Hatyai, you ask? Because nearby is a town 3 hours called Betong, where the British invaded. And a little bit further from here, there's a place called Khao Nam Kang, which is a national park, and a very interesting national park because Malaysian communists built Thailand's largest underground tunnel network to basically hide them during the Cold War when communism was, you know, not wanted here. So we're going to find a hotel and then we're going to head off to Betong and Khao Nam Kang. See you there. Sawasdee krap. Oh, like
ดีมากพูด
ดีมาก Oh, oh. ไปเบตง
เบตง
เบตง
อ๋อใช่
ใช่
8:30
ตรงเบตง Wow, okay. So we just walked in on the Thai national anthem, I think that is. The all standard for the Thai national anthem. สองคนใช่ใช่พูดไทยนิดหน่อยนิดหน่อยโอเคเรียน6 เดือนเรียน6 เดือนใช่โอ้ย10 o'clock So we've got 2 hours. What could we possibly do with these 2 hours? Well, we came in the other day to check out the train times and check this out. This is absolutely hilarious. As you can see, Popeye. And I stood here, like a 5-year-old the other day, sounding out these words going, gra, 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 tom. And then I just burst out in laughter because what does Popeye eat? Popeye eats spinach. And here he's eating gratom leaves. Should we get some? Sawasdee krap, eat krang? Sawasdee mai krap?
ไปดีพักอยู่ไหน
Bai Betong, Wani.
วันนี้ไปเบตง
ใช่ใช่ไป
เที่ยวเหรอ
ไปรถแม่ไปเที่ยวไปต้องแล้วก็คิดว่ามาที่นี่อีกครั้งใช่ ขอบคุณครับขอบคุณครับ
เดินทางปลอดภัยนะ
I'm not entirely sure what that means. I think that means have a good day. But we got it. We're going to Betong. Some gratom.
On the way to Betong, a whole different side of Thailand was shown. Not one that you'd associate with the land of smiles. I'd recently learned that the 3 southern regions of Thailand were considered all but essential travel zones. These 3 provinces have had a very long history of unrest, with the communist uprising in the Thai Cold War and in recent years trouble with extremist tea groups and drug cartels coming from Malaysia. On the journey to Betong, we'd see multiple armed forces members, checkpoints, tanks and other weird stuff that I'd seen nowhere else in Thailand. Why was there such a difficult history in the south? I'm not sure, but it was interesting and I wanted to explore. And you're not going to believe what we found. I went to this hotel and this lady said there was this guy with a museum, he's written a book. Yeah, just look, it's crazy what we ran into.
Look at all of these. Nice one. Jai. Interesting, huh? Whoa. 2513. So Thailand does Buddhist years. It's after the Buddha was enlightened. It doesn't do the Gregorian calendar like we do. They have 2 years. They do the Gregorian calendar and the Buddhist year. But the Buddhist year, 2513. It's quite funny because I thought I was in the future when I checked the date when I first came in. But the year is 2565 now. So that is, hold up,
ใช่เลยไอ้ร้านทำผมมันเหรอ
150 years old. 100 ปีที่แล้ว
ครับเนี่ย
100 ปีที่แล้ว
สตอรี่เบตง
Story เบตง
100 ปี
100 ปี
ครับ
โอ้
คนนี้คนจีนที่มาเบตง150 ปี คนจีนคนแรกที่มาเบตง
ว้าว150 ปี
ครับ
ใช่คนจีน
ครับ
ว้าว
แต่ว่าเบตงนะฝรั่งมาก่อน
ฝรั่งมาก่อน
คนจีน
คนจีนใช่ใช่ ฝรั่งมาก่อนฝรั่ง
ฝรั่งอังกฤษ
อ่า
พูดอังกฤษได้ไหม
ฝรั่งอังกฤษ
อืม
ทีนี้ไหม
พูดอังกฤษได้ไหม
ไม่ได้หรอก
ไม่ได้
เขาพูดไทยเก่งใช่
พูดไทยนิดหน่อยเลยผมเรียนเกี่ยวกับประเทศอังกฤษกับประเทศไทยสงครามแล้วก็คุณมีคอมมิวนิสต์ที่นี่
ครับ
ไกลที่นี่ใช่
ใช่
และตอนนี้คุณมี
ประวัติศาสตร์เหรอ
ปุ้ม
ไม่มีแล้ว
ไม่มีเบตง
นี่เอาไม่มีนี่คอมมิวนิสต์ในเบตงนี่คือนี่คอมมิวนิสต์
คอมมิวนิสต์เบตง
นี่คอมมิวนิสต์เบตง
โอ้ว้าว
นี่โซเยอร์กัน
คอมมิวนิสต์เบตง
นี่คอมมิวนิสต์เบตง
กองทัพคอมมิวนิสต์ไหม
ที่อยู่ในป่า
ใหญ่มาก
มีทหาร400 คน
400
ครับ400 คน
คนจีนคนมาเลเซีย
เป็นคนมาเลเซียอย่างเดียว
คนมาเลเซียอย่างเดียว
เป็นคนจีนมาเลเซีย
คนจีนคนมาเลเซียคนไทยไหม
ไม่คนไทยไม่มี
ไทยไม่มี
ครับ นี่
ว้าว
ไอ้โซเยอร์ไทยนี่ทหารไทย
ใช่ไทยกองทัพไทย
ครับ
กองทัพไทย
ไอ้นี่
กองทัพคอมมิวนิสต์อู้ ว้าวอันเลตัวนี้คอมมิวนิสต์ไม่มีไหม
บอมใหญ่ๆอ่ะบอมใหญ่ๆอยู่ที่คอมมิวนิสต์ค่ายคอมมิวนิสต์อ่ะลูกระเบิดใหญ่
อ๋อไอ้นั่นเอาลูกระเบิดที่ว่า
ๆ ใช่เรามีรูปเรามีโฟโต้
มัน
อยู่
มี
โอ้
เพราะว่า
บิ๊กบอม
บิ๊กบอมมันที่มาบอมมัน
So just a quick cut in here. I can't find anything about this online. She said World War II, but the most close thing to World War II is the Malayan emergency. So it's either that, or me and my Thai friend found this article where they found a bomb in Batong very recently from Chinese communists.
ใช่
แล้วก็
War II in the world
เออ
สงครามโลกครั้งที่สอง
แล้วก็พอ
ระเบิดยังอยู่เลยระเบิดย่อย
ทหารอังกฤษมาบอม
ไม่
โซเยอร์อังกฤษมาบอมบึ้มที่เบตง
ผู้ก่อการร้าย
ผู้ก่อการร้าย
ผู้ก่อการร้ายตอนนี้
มี ยังมีอยู่ชีวิตยังมีชีวิตอยู่ 80 and 90 years
โอ้
have person
ที่นี่
ที่นี่
เฮ้ยคนคอมมิวนิสต์แล้วก็ไม่คอมมิวนิสต์คนมาเลเซียไหม
มีคนมาเลเซียหรือไทยนะ
ที่คอมมิวนิสต์เอามาเลเซียอย่างเดียวเลยไม่มีคนไทยเลย
Wow, what an amazing moment of synchronicity. Went to this hotel on a hunch, spoke to the lady, and she said she knew a guy who'd written a book all about the history and who'd won an award from the Thai princess. Stuff like that just doesn't usually happen. Amazing. Anyway, after speaking for hours, unfortunately, we couldn't find the ledge. But we did find something very interesting, which I'll explain now.
ความสะอาด Oh, keep it clean. That's what that means. Please keep it clean. Yes, I'm learning to read.
Now, shortly after World War II, Thailand was seen to have been forced to join the Axis, so were let off many of the penalties imposed on other Axis nations and were allowed to join the UN on the condition that they gave those territories they won back during the Thai-Franco War we spoke about earlier to the French and gave the British a large amount of rice for damages during World War II. Now, after World War II, there's generally a lot going on in the world, but in particular, there's something that will affect Thailand over the next few years. In 1948, just across the border, the Malaysian Liberation Army is fighting the British for Malaysia to return to an independent country. Now, there was a lot of horrible stuff that happened here. They put Chinese in concentration camps, were the first people to use Agent Orange and sprayed it on all the crops, so to try and starve people basically, and massacred people. Anyway, the MNLA eventually surrendered and had to retreat across the southern Thai borders, many setting up camp around Kro Batong and Batong. Later, Chin Peng, the leader of the MNLA, sorry it's a bit of a mouthful, would flee in exile to Batong and help set up camp in a small village, and also help to build a huge network of tunnels for transport which would be used for a lot of the communist insurgency in Thailand later. Now, we set off to find one of these camps and drove to the Malaysian border point where we saw 2.5 metre high walls built to prevent smuggling, communism, and which were later upgraded due to a rise in the South Thailand insurgency. Here in the small museums, we'd see the arms the MNLA used, medals, propaganda, legendary old music tech equipment, which my previous music business self fangirled over, while Ira stared with smiles of support, and many other interesting artefacts that gave an insight into what life would have been like hiding in the jungle. Unfortunately, I don't think the owners of this museum spoke Thai and were either Chinese or Malaysian, so I didn't get to ask many questions or hear any stories. However, we did find one interesting thing out. This place is some kind of weird communist holiday resort that many Chinese people come to and visit. You can stay in the old barracks and they've converted them into hotel rooms. There's ping pong tables, books and a nice little garden as well as completely stunning views. I definitely want to come back and stay later on, and no, that is not sarcastic, mate. After exploring the rest of it, we sat down for a little khao grapao to refuel and then head off to the tunnels. And there's one tunnel in Batong and there's another tunnel in Hatyai, but for some reason we had to go to Yala first. Yeah, join us.
Not today.
Okay, so we're meant to take a left here.
Yeah.
Well, where it's just blown up. Oh, what is going on? It's kind of... Bloody hell, what is that? We made a good doggy friend. Hello. Right outside the tunnels, huh? Look at my leg for something. I'm not entirely sure what. Yeah. Go say hello to Marius, huh? Yes, what the crap it is?
At the tunnels, there was more history to be found, with generally the same kinds of artefacts on show, alongside an interesting technique using ovens to create smoke that looked like mist above the mountains to avoid airstrikes from the Malaysian army and the Thai army. How clever, eh? Now, the communists held in these tunnels and camps until the late 1980s when funding essentially dried up. But insurgency, although dying out, has continued in other forms. In fact, in one of these locations, near to Yala, insurgency is still alive and well, with a train being bombed just last December, only a couple of days before we decided to go there by train. Communism and insurgency in Thailand never really took off among Thai people, with most of the MNLA members in the south being Chinese or Malaysian. This was a fact that was puzzling to me. Why did the majority of Thai people never turn to communism, even though so many neighbouring countries did nearby? Well, I think it comes down to one guy, King Bhumibol, the previous and considered greatest king by many Thai people today. Tons of Thai people still have this king's picture up and refuse to put the new king's picture in his place. So what did Bhumibol do to do this? Well, instead of leaving the poorer rural villages underdeveloped, Bhumibol set up a campaign to help develop these areas as roads and trade, leaving no reason for the most vulnerable of Thai people to turn to communist ideals, which is what happened in quite a few other countries. So communism never really took off amongst ethnic Thai people. Now, to this day, the policies of the past, the 1909 anglo-siamese treaty we spoke about earlier, anti-ethnic Chinese sentiment, Thai nationalism, and many other factors are what I personally believe to be the reason why there was a communist uprising and why tensions and trouble in the south remain. Could you pinpoint it to one thing, and is that right? Almost definitely not. It's a deep and difficult history to understand, and I'm no expert on this matter yet. What I do know is that it was bloody interesting, and I'm going to go back, once my Thai skills are better, so I can do it more justice.
Little plot twist. Sorry if you was expecting some big ending. I just wanted to be honest and say that we don't have the knowledge right now and it's a work in progress. And if you follow along, we can uncover it together later down the line. Sorry.
It's alright, babe.
That was so close.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. It took weeks to film and weeks to edit, so I hope you've enjoyed it, even a fraction that I have enjoyed making it. Until next time.
Bye.
Have a real good time.
There you go. For you. There you go. See? See, Farang's not so bad now, is he? But Farang caused the fight. Oi! 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 Farang! To you